Good evening to everybody. Let's see if we can get some people on the feed so we can start. Good evening to everybody. Let's see. I'll wait for some people to jump in here. Good evening. Let's see if I can see some comments. We're about to have a real hello everybody. Now I can see everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for another day, for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. God bless every single one of you. Good evening to everybody on this Sunday. It is exactly 4:53. We're about to have a 30 to 35 minute broadcast, and then after that, I will do members for everybody that is watching. God bless every single one of you. Cranberry juice, it is my favorite, so I will have a before drink before we start. How's everybody doing? I want to put a couple of videos now that it's election time. I want to put a couple of videos. And I want to correct some videos that they've been around. That famous video that Mexico is not sending their best. They're sending guns, they're sending drugs, they're sending rapists. And it got distortioned by CNN, by MSNBC, by ABC, by CBS, by all of these broadcasts that they have been portraying as President Trump as a racist. Before that, this going on 4 years now of his government, and now going on the ending of his first term, and hopefully he will be reelected. But now let's watch this video. This is what I like when we see these kind of videos. And I will read your comments when I finish the live feed. Before we go, Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. God bless every single one of you. Let's watch this video. And probably some of you have already watched it. But it's really important to see this kind of videos. Why? Because we analyze how the media has been part of this enormous attacks on the President of the United States of America. How the media has been enormously attacking the President of the United States of America. And how they've been lying, how they've been oppressing, how they've been, projecting all their problems. Ultimately, how they've been defending the Democratic Party. And also this liberal socialist agenda that is trying to coexist in the United States of America. Ultimately, this led to a hatred attitude towards the President of the United States of America, putting him on the pedestal as the most racist human being in the planet. But I will play this video for you guys to watch it. And after this, we will play the most watched video in particularly that day, the most viral video worldwide. So let's go and press play to this video.
Tonight, to condemn white supremacists and militia groups.
You've got David Duke just joined, a bigot, a racist, a problem.
Would you repudiate David Duke?
Sure. David Duke and robocalls are out again, the white supremacist movement supporting you. Do you have any words for that?
Well, I disavow David Duke endorsement. Okay. All right. I disavow. Okay. When we looked at it and looked at the question, I disavowed David Duke. So I disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough.
Trump's refusal to distance himself from white supremacists.
The Anti-Defamation League is already out there
asking the president to clarify why he didn't condemn white supremacists.
So are you prepared right now to make a clear and unequivocal statement renouncing the support of all white supremacists?
Of course I am. Of course I am.
When Chris joined, we had a news conference, and they asked me the exact same question. I said, I disavow. I disavowed then. I disavowed today on ABC with George Stephanopoulos. I disavowed again.
David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions over the years.
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke. Ultimately, he got to the Ku Klux Klan, which obviously I'm going to disavow.
I've rejected David Duke. I've rejected the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan.
But David Duke is saying to his supporters and followers, vote for Donald Trump. White supremacists are saying, vote. Do you want those votes?
No, I don't want them, and I don't want him to say it.
And you want the supporters?
No, I don't want anything.
What do you think of white supremacists, by the way?
I don't like any group of hate.
David Duke announced his Senate candidacy, claiming your agenda.
Are you ready before you ask the question?
Newt Gingrich said every Republican should repudiate this guy, no matter what it takes.
And I do. Rebuked. Is that okay? Rebuked.
Review.
Done.
Done.
Just to clear it up this morning, can you, naming it, make a declarative statement that you denounce, that the president denounces it?
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists.
Do you want white supremacists to vote for you?
No, I don't at all. Not at all.
His campaign is denouncing a show of support from the KKK's official newspaper, as in the Ku Klux Klan.
In the same New York Times interview, he denounced white supremacists. He denounced the neo-Nazis who support him.
President Donald Trump signed a congressional joint resolution that condemns white supremacy, neo-Nazis, and other hate groups.
When he was asked to condemn white supremacists, he didn't.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
When specifically asked if he would denounce white supremacists, that the president dodged it.
I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK.
Well, I have to say that it's disappointing that a sitting U.S. president can't outright condemn white supremacy.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
The President of the United States, in the year of our Lord 2020, refuses to condemn white supremacists.
Any group of hate, I don't like it. Any group of hate, I am, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's any other kind of supremacy, whether it's Antifa, whether it's any group of hate, I am very concerned about it, and I'll do something about it.
He's yet wants to condemn white supremacy, the neo-Nazis. He hasn't condemned the darn thing.
What's going on with this, man? Holy cow. You guys saw this? How many times did he have said it? How many times? I'm just, aware. And I love these kind of videos because it really makes us, understand. And it takes us to this, particular place.
This is the line that has brought Donald.
Most of us, it takes us to this particular place where most of us, we don't never believe this, man, because of mainstream media, right? And because of not only mainstream media, but all the mainstream media. It's just amazing how many times a man has to say that he condemns and he does not like racist people. How many times do you need to push a man so he can actually say it all over and 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 over again. Now, I will challenge this video. This next video, I'm going to challenge it through the opinion of a CNN reporter, in my opinion, as a Mexican citizen. God bless everybody that is watching. Super chat is on the bottom for people who want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. Let me have a little drink. I'm going to challenge this video that he's about to, this reporter from CNN, that basically he's explaining the speech of Donald Trump when he said Mexico is not sending their best. And, you know, I want to clarify some things. You know, that speech, oh my God, was heat that day, was absolute heat that day. And let's just clarify this speech. Let's just clarify this speech right here. Hold on. Let me get right here. Share screen. Right here. Right here. And I want to clarify this. This one right here. I want to clarify because this CNN reporter, specifically this one, he puts his comments and he puts his narrative to his, you know, in favor of his opinion. He is not being non-biased. He's being biased only by CNN. And this is why I wanted to do this, because I have never done this in my whole 2 years that I've been broadcasting to the caravans, and I have been, you know, declaring myself, you know, a supporter of the President of the United States of America. And I have never clarified this. Some things came out wrong that day. Yes. Some things came out wrong. They came out wrong that day. Yes, they did. Whether you like it or not. Don't get into your feelings, Republicans, right now, because you guys know that I'm not for no political party and I support this man that is on the screen. But we are going to right now take you know, this little clip report from a CNN reporter that, you know, everybody knows that it's fake news, but we are now going to you know, take step by step and show you guys what this really means. So let us just go and watch this video, and I will pause. It's almost 4 minutes. This video is almost 4 minutes. And we will actually say the truth about what is going on and what is happening in the borders. Because this guy specifically, he doesn't know what is happening in the borders due to the fact that he doesn't live in a border and due to the fact that he doesn't know what is happening. After 4 years of this speech, we are going to do an analysis right now, a small analysis of what this really means. So this is the speech. Let's go and watch the video.
Line that has brought Donald Trump so much attention and trouble. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us.
Pause. Now, I'm pausing this because of what he just said. I'm pausing this because of what he just said. A lot of the people that they're crossing from Mexico to the United States of America is because of necessity. And because of the process to go to the United States of America, it takes a long time. But a lot of them, they're doing it legally, and a lot of them, they're doing it illegally. Now, this is not a problem of Mexico. This is not a problem of Mexicans. It's a problem of the Mexican government. They don't specify this. When Mexico's sending their best, and I will return this right here. Right here. I will return it. No, right here. Let me see. Right here.
Sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
Now, he's about to do an analysis right now. This guy from CNN. He's about to do an analysis right now. And I will challenge this guy. I will challenge this guy. I will challenge specifically this guy for an explanation. And ultimately, we will understand what he's saying. Now, this is the first phrase. When Mexico is not sending their best. And the CNN reporter says, wrong. Look what he says, and I will stop, and then I will answer to the CNN reporter.
Go through it line by line. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you.
First of all, Mexico, as in the government, is not sending anybody. So that's problem number one.
Problem number one is there. Look what the CNN reporter says. First of all, Mexico's government is not sending anybody. First of all, CNN reporter, the Mexican government is the complete fault of people fleeing their country to go and cross illegally to another country. So wrong. You are wrong. It is because of the Mexican government and their corruption that we have been suffering for more than 100 years that people have fled and left their land because of the enormous corruption, the enormous insecurity, and the enormous trafficking of people. Mexico has left Mexicans are leaving their country. A lot of them are good people. A lot of them, a great percentage, are good people. But a lot of them have been deported. They got a bad criminal background. And if they're coming back, they're not coming in by the legal door. They're coming in by a mountain, by a sea, by a desert. That, in the law of the United States of America, is called illegal entry. And if you're deported and you're coming back, and if you get busted again, it's called illegal re-entry. That is a federal crime. Now, there's a lot of necessities, yes. But it's saying Mexico is not sending their best, not Mexicans, Mexico. When it's referring to Mexico, it is the country. Who rules the country? The government. Who has put the country on poverty? It is the government. How many people are in poverty in Mexico? 60 million. How many are in critical condition? 28 million. How many are without medical care? 68 million. How many children are abandoned? 1.9 million. How many children and minors are with resources with education? 9.8 million. And if you go right now on how many people have lost their jobs for this pandemic, 1.2 million. So you are wrong. Not what he's saying is wrong. You are wrong. Because you're only carrying your narrative, and then you're only saying that Mexico is not sending their best because they're fleeing out of necessity, and Mexico is not sending them. Of course, the government is not going to tell them, flee like you are doing, all CNN fake news and all the leftists and socialists and Democrats. They're telling people to come over and flee to everybody else's, to the United States of America right now with this immigration influx. But the government is not going to say it. The government is going to make you do it. The poverty, the level of poverty, the level of insecurity is making you leave. It's not the government is telling you, Pedro, Juan, how you doing this morning? We're doing good, sir. You know what? You need to go to your United States right now and leave our land and leave it for the corrupt. He's not saying that. Of course, ultimately, they're not going to say that. What they're going to do is provoke a destabilization of a border, like the United Nations Compact of Immigration, that it was a created chaos. So lie. You are lying. You're misinterpreting everything. This is what the fake news media has done for 4 years. And right now on this re-election month, I'm doing this video to elaborate exactly what this man said. Elaborate exactly what this man said. There's a lot of thousands of millions of Mexicans in the United States of America who are good people, fantastic individuals who have graduated from college, who are, have business, who are, completely successful people. Yes, they are. But ultimately, this is the number one thing, that there's a lot that there's committing crimes. And there's a lot, and I have a statistic that this man does not say. Now let's go on with the video, and let's go on with his rebuttal that he gives right here.
But moving on.
They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs.
Drugs coming in from Mexico is certainly a well-documented problem, oftentimes through underground tunnels. And experts say there is certainly an overlap between human and drug smuggling. But the vast majority of undocumented people come...
Hold on a minute. Why? Right here. You saw how he mixes two things completely different? They're bringing drugs. Who's bringing the drugs? The cartels. Who said something about undocumented migrants bringing drugs? You're talking about a small percentage there. He's not saying migrants are bringing drugs, right? He's saying what Mexico is not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. The country, the government is not securing. Who's bringing the drugs? Not the Mexican people, the Mexican cartels. Remember, guy from CNN, Mexico is #1 for cartel activity. #2 for child trafficking. #2 for killings of people, killings of women. #4 for human smuggling, and #5 for clandestine bearings. More than 70,000 people have died due to cartel activity in this 21 plus months of AMLO in our government as a president. Why this CNN reporter is mixing the situation with migrants, with drug trafficking? Because at that particular time, there was the conflict of enormous influx of migrants. So to their narrative and to their agenda, they mixed the both of them to make people believe that, oh my God, Donald Trump is saying that every immigrant is bringing drugs, and every person that is crossing the border illegally is bringing drugs, and all of them are drug traffickers. When we have seen and documented how many undocumented children have been trafficked through the borders. It's amazing how they mix things with one another. It's amazing how they mix one thing with another to make people understand and believe, but they don't self-explain like I'm doing right now. This is CNN. This is what CNN has done to your country. From 4 years till now, this has been a great problem. Putting Trump as a racist individual because of this right here, explaining and saying what he felt at his heart. Mexico's not absolutely, and I'm a follower of this president. For God's sake, I got a tattoo on my wrist of the 45th president. I follow this man. Did it came out wrong? Yes, it came out wrong. that, you know, the president of the United States of America commits mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes in this world. They're not Jesus. They're not perfect. But you taking the statement and, you know, mixing it with immigrants and with drug trafficking, that is crazy. Look what he says now. Look what he says after this.
At the border are nabbed on immigration charges, 89%, while drug trafficking charges account for just 5%, according to PolitiFact. So Trump's statement,
they're bringing drugs,
may be true, but is far from the complete story. Next.
Wrong. In the administration of Trump, thanks to the wall and the enforcement of Border Patrol and the enforcement of ICE and the enforcement of the Department of Homeland Security, United States Customs and everything, etc., the decrease has increased the detentions of heroin by 238% in Texas and in New Mexico. And it has increased the detentions of cocaine and heroin in California. Why? Because there's an enormous drug trafficking problem in our borders. We are #1 for cartel activity in Mexico. Not only that, this problem is not coming only from Mexico, it's coming from the cartels in Central and South America. That is Venezuela with trafficking with socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro that is moving metric tons of cocaine around Venezuela with the Colombian organization, the FARC, all the way to Ecuador, and from Ecuador all the way to Guatemala, and from Guatemala to our country of Mexico, and from there exercising the distribution to the greatest buyer in the world of drugs that, I'm sorry, it is the United States of America. America has a gigantic drug problem, huge, and it has decreased this thanks to this man. So wrong again, CNN guy, wrong. Let's put it again.
They're bringing crime.
Keeping him honest, this is not a fair generalization, and there are many data points, as the Washington Post reported, shredding that notion. The Post cited numerous studies, including one from Northwestern University, that concluded there's essentially no correlation between immigrants and violent crime.
Holy cow. No way you're about to say that. Holy cow. There's essentially no correlation between immigrants and violent crime. You gotta be kidding me with this. You have to be kidding me with this. And we have seen how the Washington Post and the Washington Times and the New York Times have lied consistently about what is going on with these caravans. We have documented enormous child trafficking in the caravans and in this enormous influx of migrants, trafficking drugs, trafficking organs, trafficking children, trafficking women, MS-13s and MS-18s from the gang of the Mara Salvatruchas infiltrated in these caravans. How they entered our country of Mexico, disrespecting our land, causing a lot of violence, a lot of delinquents. In Tapachula, the border that connects to Guatemala, out of 10 crimes, 7 of them are from Central America. The majority of the people that they're migrating are men. Wrong, CNN guy. You're carrying your own narrative. Let's go a little bit further.
The Public Policy Institute also found that immigrants are underrepresented in California prisons compared to their representation in the overall population.
Wrong. Again, there's federal prisons and there are private prisons which are attended for immigrants, for people that they cross illegally to the United States of America, such as GEO, such as MCC, such as CCA, all the private prisons that they're using this crime as a legal entry and re-entry to make a benefit out of migrants. It is a proven fact that in the administration of Trump, in the administration of Obama, in the administration of Obama, he was the highest he was the president that deported more Mexicans in history, not giving them the right to stay or to fight a case, deporting them for them to do a deported you come back system, a circle system, a domino effect. If I deport you, you come back. If I deport you, you come back. Creating more cases of irregular entry in history of the United States of America. They don't have immigrants. They don't have rights on federal prisons. Number one reason why, because all of them are getting deported. In the administration of Obama, the majority of them, and I'm saying majority of them, are getting deported. Wrong, CNN guy.
In fact, U.S.-born adult men are incarcerated at a rate of over 2.5 times greater than that of foreign-born men. And on this other highly inflammatory remark,
they're rapists.
The data doesn't at all support this categorical statement that undocumented immigrants from Mexico are responsible for large numbers.
Hold on a minute. Who said undocumented immigrants from Mexico? Who said that they were immigrants from Mexico? Who said that? Who said that? When did he say that? Did it came out of his mouth? Did it came out of Donald Trump's mouth that he said migrants from Mexico? At this particular time, Donald Trump knew about the globalist compact of immigration and the enormous problems of influx of migrants that Mexico was going to have, and ultimately it was going to ricochet to the United States of America. Who said, when did it came out from Donald Trump's mouth that said immigrants from Mexico? There's a lot of cases of rape in the caravans. There's a lot of cases of trafficking of children. There's a lot of cases of people that they have wanted, where they have warrants for their arrest. There's a lot of Cuban infiltrated people from the Cuban intelligence. There's a lot of people from the Chavez administration of Venezuela that they're socialist intelligence, that they have been infiltrated in these caravans. And there's a lot of necessity. Yes, there's a lot of necessity. But who said it? That it came out of his mouth? Look how they flip things around. Who said it? That he said Mexicans? That they said Mexican immigrants? Did he said that? After 4 years of this statement, I'm saying this because right now he's gonna get, he's in the middle of re-election. And as a Mexican, I'm giving you my point. He never said Mexicans. Said Mexico, the government. And by the government being corrupt, and Mexico being the #2 country most dangerous in Latin America, what do you think people are going to do, you dumbass? What do you think people are going to do? What do you think? Let's go on and see again this video. A little bit more.
Numbers of rapes. Sex crime stats are difficult to track in part because it's estimated only 36% of rapes are ever reported. Trump, though, has continued to double down on the rape comments.
80% of Central American women and girls are raped crossing into the United States. Now, I mentioned this and they said, oh, how could you mention a thing like this? I had no idea it was this bad. It's horrible.
The author of that investigative report says Trump completely misread the article. She says many of the women are being raped by traffickers and officials before they reach the border, not immigrants entering the U.S.
Who said again? Wow. When did Trump said that they are raped by immigrants? Let me return this video. So let us look how this reporter from CNN is misinterpreting what Trump is saying. This is amazing, people, how they say immigrants, 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 race card, immigrants. He doesn't like immigrants. Look at this. Look what he says.
Down on the rape comments.
80% of Central American women and girls are raped crossing into the United States. Now, I mentioned this and they said, oh, how could you mention a thing like this? I had no idea it was this bad. It's horrible.
The author of that investigative report says Trump completely misread the article. She says many of the women are being raped by traffickers and officials before they reach the border, not immigrants entering the U.S.
Wow. Wow. Do you guys see what is happening right here? Do you guys heard what Trump said? He's saying that they get raped in the borders. Yes, they do. We have seen it. They get raped in the border of Guatemala. That's a border. Did he specify which border? Before they get to the United States of America. Which border is he talking about? Did he say the Mexican border? Now, let me go again and show it. Because he's talking about borders before they get to the United States of America. Before. Now, let's go right here. There's a lot of borders before they get to the United States of America. The Mexican border is not the only one. Or is it? Is the only border that exists in the world the Mexican border? It is not the only one. Let's go to, again, I want you to hear this again.
Double down on the rape comments.
80% of Central American women and girls are raped crossing into the United States.
80% crossing into the United States. What does this mean? It means that women have been raped in the borders of Guatemala, intending to cross to the United States. Now, probably they got raped in Guatemala, and they already are in the United States of America. They crossed illegally to the United States of America. They already been raped in Guatemala. They already been raped in El Salvador. They already been raped in the borders of Tapachula. It's amazing how they flip the script and how they change it. Now, does it matter where they have been raped or not? Because there is cases of coyotes raping the women in Mexican and American territory. There's a high percentage of women being raped in the mountains in American and United States territory. There's a lot of percentage high of women being raped as soon as they cross to the United States of America. Why? It's amazing how little words, they flip it like this. And they make you understand like, oh, wow, yeah, he was saying that. But because we don't study what is really happening, and because we don't study the borders, and it's, that's what we've been exposing, the borders. How women, they actually get raped. Yes, they are. And you guys remember that I put 3 interviews of women being raped, women being trafficked by cartels and kidnapping them and their children. One indigenous lady being raped and being pregnant by a coyote. 2 young ladies that they disappeared, 2 minors of a Guatemalan coyote right here in the Agape shelter. That he offered them sex services before they crossed to the United States. That exists. But he didn't point it out exactly in the United, and like he referred to everything, the global system of immigration trying to cross to the United States of America. And this guy's taking everything out of proportion to fit his own narrative. It's amazing. Now let's go to another one.
Now, I mentioned this, and they said, oh, how could you mention a thing like this? I had no idea it was this bad. It's horrible.
The author of that investigative report says Trump completely misread the article. She says many of the women are being raped by traffickers and officials before they reach the border, not immigrants entering the U.S.
We're not talking about Mexican immigrants, so that's a pretty big jump to make.
Why did you have...
Who is talking about Mexican immigrants? Who? Even the author of the book. When did he say Mexicans? Show me the clip when he says Mexicans. He's referring to Mexico, you dumbass. That means Mexico, Mexicans. No. Mexico is not sending their best. Who's migrating? If it would have been all the way around, it would say the United States of America is not sending their best. They're sending this, they're sending that, they're sending this. Who's sending them? The government, an organization Does that mean that every United States citizen, it is bad? When did he say that they were all Mexican bad people? When? Show me one clip that he says Mexicans. One clip when he specifically says all Mexicans are bad. All Mexicans are this. Even he says it himself. I have enormous respect for the Mexican people. What the hell is this? This is amazing what they do. Look at this. Let's move a little bit forward. You guys know this guy.
I have to say they were rapists.
When presented with contrary facts, Trump didn't back down when speaking with CNN's Don Lemon.
Somebody's doing the raping, Don. I mean, you know, somebody's doing the, just think it's women being raped. Well, who's doing the raping?
It's worth pointing out that when making these generalizations...
Hold on. You're generalizing right here because you're cutting and editing all the video for your own narrative and to flip it to make this guy look like a fascist, like a narcissist, like a rape, like the worst guy in the planet. And by that cutting that clip, you're making people understand that he's referring to Mexicans. Somebody's doing the raping of Mexicans. When did he say that they were Mexicans? And if they were Mexicans, that they're doing the raping, we have documented that there's a lot of coyotes that they are raping women from the cartel organizations over here in Tijuana. Practically, I have documented that. And that is existing in every part and in every border. Has existed for years. This is not a brand new thing. This is amazing. Now, let's go on a little bit forward with this.
Trump has always followed up
Mexico is smart
with comments like this.
I like Mexico. I love the Mexican people. I do business with the Mexican people.
Now, do we need more self-explanatory, more about how he appreciates the Mexican people? He's talking about the situation that is occurring in the borders and the enormous trafficking of children and trafficking of people that is occurring in the borders. That is a reality. It exists. Now, let's go to this comment. I believe that this is the guy.
Well, these comments on Mexico may be hurting Donald Trump with Univision, NBC, and now, of course, Macy's, but they don't seem to be hurting Donald Trump with the voters, at least not at this point. But if past behavior is a future predictor of current behavior, then maybe no one can be too surprised by Donald Trump. After all, he went after Obama on that birth certificate issue, even though he was presented with facts all day long to the contrary. Perhaps he's doing the same thing now.
So hold on a minute. So you're telling me that this guy right here, you're telling me right now that this situation with Donald Trump, in comparison to the situation with Obama, the two situations, one that deported more Mexicans in history, and the other one that is addressing the problem for the first time in history, that is the problem. A person that is addressing the first time in history in comparison to Obama that has been the president that deported more Mexicans in history. It's amazing how they flip everything around to make you understand. Now, I will remove this video and I will give my personal opinion. I gave my personal opinion 2 years ago about this. When I first got that speech from the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, I felt offended. I didn't feel hate for the president of the United States, but I felt offended and I didn't like him at all. I was like, what the hell's going on? Ultimately, I met Anthony and I met other people that they were telling me, no, this is what's happening. Look at this, what happened. Which led me to understand the reality when it hit Mexico. When the caravans started coming into my country, I started realizing, my God, there's a lot of crime right now in Tijuana. There's been rape right there where the caravans were stationed at. There was a lot of child trafficking. There was a lot of use of drugs. There was a lot of this, a lot of that. So we started understanding this guy is not that crazy at all. This guy was kind of accurate. So we started studying a little bit of what he was saying, what he was referring to, and he knew the problem that it was coming to his country. When he acknowledged the problem that it was coming to his country, he made these statements to declare himself against the Mexican government. Because he knew at that particular time that Enrique Peña Nieto, a president that was friends with Obama, Enrique Peña Nieto that was friends with Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, and Obama, he knew what he was going against. He knew that. And the President Peña Nieto signed the Globalist Compact of Immigration. And ultimately, they resigned it when Andrés Manuel López Obrador came into office. So it is amazing how they flipped this. Now, I want to show you something in reference to this child trafficking that is occurring. So you can actually, to all these CNN reporters that you guys are getting paid, man, you know, I'm not hating because you're getting paid enormous amounts and quantities of money for your misinformation that you guys are doing. But the only thing that I want to tell you guys, let me see if I can remove this. Right here. Okay. The only thing I have to say to you guys is this. Enormous child trafficking has been occurring in the borders, and I have documented that. A lot of child trafficking has been occurring in the borders. Just recently, we showed how 56 children were detained in the Immigrational Center of 21st Century, that they were American activists outside of this Immigrational Center in Tapachula trying to release them and to get them in their custody. This American activist with, you know, this Mexican activist by the name of Luis Villagrán. These are part of the children that they got released. Right here, you will see Pastor Alberto from the shelter Agape. He sent me this video. This is an actual immigrational center, which you will see 2 American people in custody of all of this, almost 20 children, that all of them want to be adopted by somebody. Why are these children running away from their home and being freed in the hands of people that they're not even their parents? This is an actual problem that is occurring. God bless Pastor Alberto that he sent me this video. This is right now written, just exclusive video for you guys. Just got this video from him, and I will play it. Look at how many children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you will see more over here. So I will play this video for you guys, and you can actually see the 2 American activists on the left side, which they have control of these kids. Now, I can imagine that these activists were the ones that they were protesting outside of the immigration center in Siglo XXI in Tapachula. This is, people, you know, how there is a problem. There is a problem in our borders, and there is a problem with trafficking of children and trafficking of drugs. Yes, there is. Unaccompanied children being used for marriages and also for fake families. Why are all these children, unaccompanied children, right here in this immigration center? Nobody gives explanations because it's so sensitive. You can't get the explanations. Look at this. I will play this video. He's saying, raise your hand, the kids they are from Honduras. Look how many they are. These are kids from Honduras that they are running away or they're being used to get asylum. And now, not only that, unaccompanied children and a globalist compact of immigration broken. This system is broken. How can you put children through this immigrational trauma? Here you see Pastor Alberto right here on the left, and you see that he's asking them, can you raise your hand for the children that they're from Honduras? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's play the video. He's saying from El Salvador, there's only one. And from Guatemala, another one. Look at this. There was a picture that I shown during the week, during the week of an activist protesting outside of the Immigrational Center Siglo XXI in Tapachula with Luis Villagrán. I will post that picture in comparison to this image right here that you're just getting with me. Do you see this person right here on the back? It is a white American lady, which it is exactly resembled to the person that it was protesting outside of the station of the Immigrational Center Siglo XXI with the activist that is named the Lord of Traffickers, Luis Villagrán. It's amazing. What is this United States citizen doing all the way over there to Tapachula? It's amazing. Now let us put a little bit of the video again. They were the ones that they were detained in the Immigrational Center of Tapachula, Siglo XXI. Those were the kids. They got released, a few of them. How many days you were there? Remember? Do you guys remember how the press were saying and Luis Villagrán was saying that they were kids there, and I have his statement that he was saying 2 weeks. How many days you were there? They're asking them, and one child picks his hand and says, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. Immediately they got released. Why they got released? Because the Commission International of Human Rights came in, and it is amazing how this international globalist compact of immigration is so broken that we don't know in which hands these kids are and where they're going to be landed. Do you imagine one of these kids escaping, just grabbing a bus, saying, you know what, I'm gone. I'm a minor, I'm gone. It's amazing. Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. God bless you. Now let's go on and keep playing this video.
What happened? They were in detention 21 days. 21 days? 21 days, and yesterday.
Now, again, look at this activist. And they're saying, no, it was not 1 day. It was 21 days. It was not 1 day. It was 21 days. Look how they change immediately. It was not 1 day. It was 21 days. It's amazing. Look at this activist right here in the back. It's exactly the same one that it was in that immigrational center protesting for these kids. Now, let's play the video.
Okay. And then where are you going from here?
These, apparently the pastor is translating for these two Americans, and he's asking, so where are you going to go from here? Let us see what the kids answered. You're going to be deported back to your country. Do we have an actual system like the United States has, that they are getting deported, but they are getting deported to the right parent or to the right legal guardian? Do we actually have a system like that? No, we don't. And there were 56 children. If they got released they got released supposedly in 21 days. How many children do we see right here? Do we see all 56 of them? We don't see not even 20 of them. Where are the other ones? It's incredible what they're doing. Look at this.
So most of them are going back home? Yeah, I told them, how many their parents already, their parents? How there's only two that have not spoken to their parents?
Look what the pastor says. Amazing what the pastor says. Some of them have never seen their parents. Some of them have never spoken to, they have not spoken to their parents. Some of them are running away from their parents. So where are they going to return them back? And why there's American activists right there? Why are they giving these people the authority to get in there when they're supposed to be Mexican authority right there, guarding these kids from getting brainwashed from somebody else that's trying to use them for some other thing? It's just disgusting and unbelievable. This goes back to my CNN report or what this guy was saying about, Donald Trump saying the problems at the border. Let me just play it a little bit more.
Albert, te presento al director. Te presento al director del albergue. He's the director. Albert es director de un albergue en Tijuana. De un albergue de salud para 600 personas. Y el pastor viene de Estados Unidos.
And there's another pastor coming from the United States of America, he says. He's presenting Pastor Alberto, and he's saying, Pastor Alberto, he's a pastor from Tijuana. He has a shelter in Tijuana. And the other pastor, the other white person that it was right there, sorry for, don't get into this. Oh my God, he said white. There's no feelings right here. And the other person that it was right there, that it was a white male, he's saying this is a pastor that it came from the United States of America with this activist. It's just unbelievable, people. Do we have a problem with trafficking of children? Do we have a problem with trafficking of children? Or don't we have a problem with trafficking of children? What's up with this CNN, people? This is what they don't show. They don't show you this. They don't show you absolutely none of this. They don't want to show you this. Of course, absolutely. They don't want to show it. And they're not going to show it. They're going to hide it as much as they can. But when it comes to Donald Trump saying, oh, they're not sending their best. Oh, my God, how could he? How could he? How could he? When he said some of them are rapists. Oh, my God, how could he? Some women are getting raped as soon as they get to the United States. Oh, my God, how could he? Oh, my God, that's the biggest, fascist, narcissist guy that I ever met in my life. The worst. All these children running away of fear. Wow. Amazing that they don't show this, right? LD, thank you so much for your contribution. God bless you, Oscar. Let us reelect Trump. There is no other choice, or that will be the end of the USA. That's absolutely correct. Thank you so much. Super Chat is on the bottom for people who want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. God bless. It's amazing. for me, it's really important that I show you guys these kind of things. Now, let me show you another video. I have shown you this for the number of times. The number of times I have shown you this, numerous of times. I went to Tapachula 3 times, crossed to Talisman River 3 times, and to Guatemala 3 times. Remember how the caravan was getting supposedly stopped? You guys remember that? How the caravan was getting supposedly stopped. And how they were showing, you know, everybody, oh my God, the caravan is getting stopped. The caravan is getting stopped. You know, the borders are secure. Everything's secure. You know, everything is different. The Talisman border is secure. And remember how I shown you guys when I was there, how they were crossing on the water raft back and forth? And everything, you know, right now that they stopped another caravan in Guatemala, everybody was like, okay, nobody's coming in. We got a pandemic situation. It's horrible, the pandemic. Probably the border is secure underneath the river. Right? In Tapachula, Mexico. This is a video from 2 days ago from the Pastor Alberto in Tapachula. Here you go. Do you see the National Guard on the other side? This is on top of the bridge called Talisman. Talisman is the border that connects to Guatemala and Mexico. Remember when I was on top of that bridge and I shown you that it's just funny how they have a rock which is painted blue and it says right here it starts Guatemala and the other one is painted white and it says Mexico right there. So I had 1 foot in Guatemala, 1 foot in Mexico, 1 foot in Guatemala. Remember that? It was kind of funny. So we thought that the National Guard was here and all the officials were here, but guess what? This is from 2 days ago. This is how our borders are being secured, and this is how supposedly we are protecting this border. And we're about to hear the pastor narrating this illegal crossing of this family with children in the water raft.
Podemos mirar aquí las familias que están entrando con niños y todo, son inmigrantes pasando la frontera de Guatemala hacia dentro de México. Este lado es México, hasta todo esto ya es Guatemala. Podemos mirar aquí
There you go. He's saying we can see how they're crossing from this side to Guatemala to Mexico, the migrants with children. We are seeing how they're easily crossing. That's Mexico right there. That's Guatemala over there. So is there still security? Where is the security? Right? Are we still getting the same situations? You see family right there on a water raft. That's kind of like the water rafts that we crossed. Ben Berquam, Anthony Aweta, and myself, one day from Guatemala to Mexico and from Mexico to Guatemala. We did it so many times, so many. It's just amazing, huh? It's unbelievable what is happening. This is 2 days ago. Where's the security? Where is the Department of Health? Where is the immigration? It was all a phase. It was all a phase for everybody to see. And for everybody to think that we are protected. Huh. Amazing. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Ballou for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. Super Chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. God bless everybody that wants to support. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing great on this Sunday Q&A right now for people that want to ask a question before I go eat. I'm about to go eat something right now. Enjoy this last parts of the evening. Q&A, I will give 5 minutes of questions and answers for people that want to ask me a question. This is amazing what is going on. And I wanted to do that video on regarding the statements of the president of United States of America, Donald Trump, regarding the, how it is all, flipped around, how they talk about this border security, how they inmiscuate, the thing about migrants with trafficking, migrants with drugs, migrants with this, when Donald Trump is not even talking about no migrants at all. He's just saying Mexico is not sending the government. And the CNN reporter says, no, Mexico, the government is not sending nobody. They're coming in because they're running away from fear. From who? From who they're running away from fear, you dumbass? From the corruption of the government. So it's not actually the government sending them, it's actually the government pushing them to get the hell out. It's unbelievable how these people, they edit their videos and they flip their stories. It's just unbelievable. So, what's your opinion on the Ajo? Okay, so, they have mentioned me this place before, and they have mentioned me that there's a lot of activity right here. What's your opinion on the Ajo Reservation in Arizona, where they can't have a wall? They have told me that there's a lot of child trafficking in there. That's the problem. That's the problem, that they're not taking things seriously. Thank you so much, Ben Allmark. Thank you so much for your $7 contribution. Thanks for your hard work, Oscar. It's appreciated. Peace and love from you, Canada. All the way from Canada. Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much. All the way to Canada. God bless you. All the way to Canada. Now, thank you so much. Super chat is on the bottom. What is the situation with the Ajo? Ajo, I have heard a lot of things about that. And I will tell you this right here, situation with your question. What's your opinion on the situation with Ajo in Arizona? I cannot say that much because I haven't visited yet Ajo. This is the Ajo border or the Ajo place. What I heard is horrible things. So the only thing that I can tell you is that every part like that, it needs to be inspected immediately and surrounded by security because of the enormous child trafficking that is occurring. Now, on the part of Mexico, it is difficult because there means that there's a lot of cartel activity on the other side. So it's a non-stoppable force. That's the only thing that I can tell you. When are you going to be in California? I don't know. I'm crossing every day when I have work. But I don't know. I don't have a specific day. Okay, let's see. Another comment right here says, I'm scared for this election. All hell is going to be break loose. I'm headed to Florida to sit out, and I stay in a rural area. I'll be safe there. There's a lot of speculations of a civil war going to happen in the U.S. Hard times are coming from the United States of America. I understand what is happening right now. There's a lot of division and created by this Marxist, leftist, radical organizations against, the Republicans and the patriots on the other side. So if actually Donald Trump wins, there's mostly an assurance that there's going to be a explosion that is going to happen between the left and the right. Hopefully it can be contained. Hopefully the United States, I believe that they already have a plan. Believe me, I think that they already have a plan for protection. This needs to stop. All these riots and lootings, particularly, places like Portland. My God. Portland is the most insecure, probably Portland, Oregon is the most insecure place to live right now. And also with all these activists, Minneapolis, Michigan, for God's sake, Michigan. It's horrible. So we need to understand that, there's speculations of civil war. And, we have to be prepared for everything that is happening. I'm trying to panic nobody. But it's preferable for me to say it like it is. to be sugarcoating every time, sugarcoating now. But things are getting bad. Things are not being, things are not this, things are not good. They're getting bad. And I will add this to what Rain is saying right here. A patriot was murdered in Denver, Colorado yesterday. Things are getting bad. Patriots that they support Donald Trump or Trumpsters, they're getting assassinated. We have seen 2 of them. And, there's no stopping these animals. There's no stopping these activists. The only thing that it can happen is that the National Guard goes into effect. That's it. The National Guard goes into effect and starts protecting the country. That's the only thing that we can do. And that's the only thing that we can hope, that the National Guard is going to protect the United States of America from stopping them from getting, to a civil war. You guys want me to just sugarcoat? There's problems going to happen. There's a lot of problems that are going to happen. You want me to create a smokescreen with my words? I can tell you guys, hey, you know what? After the election of Donald Trump, and if he gets reelected, there's going to be a little problem here and there. Insecurity, most of it. You guys want me to tell you like it is? Probably there's going to be, civil war. There's a lot of speculations of that. I don't want to panic nobody, but it's just, it's getting out of hand. You guys know it. I know it. We have seen it. So there's no, for me to hide behind a closed door and say, oh, you know what? No. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just, we are seeing it right now. Miss Geraldine Nosey, how you doing? God bless you, Miss Geraldine. Send you a humongous hug. Constitutionally, calling out the National Guard is difficult. Yes, it is. It is what it is. And I agree with you. Ben Hallmark says, you're completely right. No matter who wins, it's going to happen. It's a conflict of interest of who's right and who's wrong. That's what it is. And, no matter who wins, that we're wishing that it's going to be Donald Trump. It is going to be difficult for the country. There's a lady of Hay right here. She's asking, ask Oscar if that is safe. Mexico is really dangerous just crossing the bridge. There are gangs stopping in the cars to collect big field and ensure it was fixed. There's places where it's secure and insecure. It's like everywhere. One last comment for everybody before I go. One last comment. I will read one last comment. Let me just add right here. Becky Madrid says, crazy people gonna riot over a feeble-minded Biden because he lost. It's not just that. ¿Cuándo haces directo en español? Acabo de hacer uno, Cabere. Ve ahí, estoy haciendo el inglés. Primero hice de español y luego ahorita estoy haciendo el inglés. Entonces lo acabo de hacer, hermano. It's not that. It's just all hell is going to be loose if Biden wins. There's open borders. There's sovereign nation is not going to exist. Security. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of things. It's going to be horrible. I will tell you. And I'm being honest. I'm not lying about it. I'm just being honest like it is. It's going to turn into the worst. I believe it is. Joe Biden is not going to be the president. Who's going to be running that presidency is going to be, again, Obama underneath his wing and also Nancy Pelosi. We already know that. Just Joe Biden is a puppet. And also Kamala Harris is a puppet for Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden is a puppet for Obama. It's the same people, just, different times, different years. All right, people. God bless you guys. I'm about to leave. Have a beautiful evening. Super chat is on the bottom for people who want to donate and contribute to my work. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a beautiful Sunday. We will see each other tomorrow in the morning. as we are giving every day in the morning news for you guys every day in the morning at YouTube. God bless you guys. Follow my partner at his YouTube channel and also at his Facebook page as Real Conservative Anthony. Also, you can follow me at YouTube as Oscar L. Blue. You can become a member, exclusive member, to receive exclusive content. I will do a video later on this evening for members. And also, you can follow my pages. Facebook is Oscar L. Blue. Also, there's a t-shirt store if you guys want to go and buy a t-shirt in my Facebook page. God bless every single one of you. I'm a little bit tired. I want to take a little, power nap and then wake up. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful Sunday evening. Thank you for your support and stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody. Because always, your country's first. God bless.